Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, a machine that we talked about in the past, the brand new Lincoln Continental Concept that was actually shown off at the Detroit Motor Show in 2015, where we're getting very close to the 2016 Detroit Motor Show, and apparently this vehicle is going to make its triumphant return to that very motor show, but this time in production form. So, just in the first part of January of 2016, we're going to have a lot more to talk about the brand new Continental Concept. Another motor show that's coming up, but is coming up a lot quicker, is the Tokyo Motor Show, which is coming up later in the month of October of 2015. It's going to show off this particular machine, the Toyota GT86's little brother. This is the Toyota S-FR. FR standing for front engine rear wheel drive. Yeah, you get the notion of this. I thought this car was a little bit on the quirky side as far as its looks are concerned, but it does do a nice little homage to the old S-FR from back in the day. Now, not a lot is known about this machine, as Toyota's just teasing this ahead of the Tokyo Motor Show. But a lot of people are pointing towards that this vehicle will have a 1.4 liter normally aspirated four-cylinder, making 130 brake horsepower. And that's all going to be shifted through a 6-speed manual and power going to the rear wheels. But this vehicle doesn't have a whole lot of weight to actually shift around. This car apparently is only going to weigh 2,160 pounds. Now back to its big brother, the FRS GT86 BRZ. I'm a fellow of somewhat generous proportions, and I fit quite nicely in those machines, but I'm assuming I won't even be able to come close to this vehicle. Oddly enough, this vehicle has 4 seats in it as well. Apparently maybe the seats in the back, maybe just for show. Next up on the list, the folks over at McLaren are showing off this from their MSO group, their customized group that actually does a lot of the custom vehicles underneath the McLaren umbrella. Now, this particular machine is the brand new McLaren 650S CANAM edition. CANAM standing for Canada and America, which was a racing series back in the 70s. This next little photograph will give a little bit higher end on what exactly that meaning is, because in the background you see the old McLaren Can-Am car that Bruce McLaren, the father of McLaren, actually drove back in the 70s. Now, as far as the new machine, they're only going to build 50 of these, so it's going to be quite rare, and it does have a rare price tag. As far as the underpinnings of this machine is concerned, all classic McLaren 650S, including the 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V8, making 641 brake horsepower and 500 pounds-feet of torque. 0 to 60 comes in just 3 seconds, with a top speed of 204 miles an hour. Now, if you're interested in this machine, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. 255,850 pounds sterling, or 392,308 US. Again, it's going to be a rare dog, so the chance of seeing this one is probably slim to none, with only 50 going to the world. Next up on the list, an interesting little situation. There's a group out of Las Vegas, Nevada, who's apparently building the world's biggest hypercar, and it's going to be a hybrid machine to boot. This is the brand new PSC Motors, brand new SP-200 SIN. Now, this particular machine is a hybrid, so it can go in full electric mode upwards of 60 miles, which sounds pretty decent. But let's talk about the beast within this machine, because the CEO of this company actually has come out and said, you know what, people don't really need a car with 1,000 horsepower. So we're going to make one with a lot more, a whole lot more. This vehicle is going to have a 9-liter twin-turbocharged V8, making 1,650 brake horsepower. Have you forgot about the electric hybrid edition yet? Yes, that thing's going to add on another 750 brake horsepower. This vehicle's claiming 2,400 brake horsepower, shifted through an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, and all the power run into the rear wheels. 0 to 60 comes in just 2.6 seconds, with a top speed of 280 miles an hour. Now, a lot of these machines come out every year. Somebody's building one, they've been developing it over 5 or 6 years, and apparently they're only going to build 35 of these for around $1 million a piece. I'm assuming they're going to want a whole lot more once this vehicle actually comes out. The vehicle's supposedly a little bit on the lightweight side, too. They're talking about a goal weight of 3,100 pounds for this machine. This thing's going to be a rocket ship. It's going to be tough to try to keep this thing on the ground, the kind of speed this vehicle is going to be able to produce. So we'll wait and see if this vehicle ever sees the light of day production-wise, but with 5 years into it, I hope that they can get this vehicle off the ground. Last up on the list, we showed this particular picture in the last episode of Motor Cars. We talked about the brand new Amazon Prime put on by Jeremy Clarkson, James May, and Richard Hammond was already in production, and they're already filming as we speak. In fact, Mr. Clarkson has been showing off a handful of videos and some photographs from that very deal. But in the past day or so, he has shot down a rumor because he said on Twitter, he being Jeremy Clarkson, that Gear Knobs is not going to be the name of this brand new program. Oddly enough, this rumor has been out for almost a month now, and he finally shoots it down. So it may have run into a roadblock as far as this name's concerned, and meant they couldn't actually use it. But this is just me thinking out loud. We'll have to wait and see on this deal, but I'm assuming before the end of the year, we're going to know what that brand new show is going to be called. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page and like us over there, we'd appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.